Wish I had another way to do this. What up, peoples? Let me share the stream. I would ask y'all to help share the stream, but every time I ask you, I never do it. I would ask y'all to help share the stream, but every time I ask I hope everybody. I don't care. Give me a second. We just sharing the stream. All right. I think that's everything. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. All right, make sure I got my chip box. All right, we good. All right. I had a person show you so much. I had a person show you so much in every single way they can possibly show you that you care less about you. Eventually, you go, let me just move away from this person. I don't see my logo. All right. How's everybody's night? Yeah, I don't know why my logo wasn't up there. All right. All right. All right. That was weird. This thing just snap off or oh snap.
All right, that was weird. Been that type of week. Take this off because it is a little dark, but we're here. Once again, thank y'all for joining in to the outside.
Awesome!
We are getting ready to get into the nitty gritty. For the most part, I'm probably just going to be holding this mic because I don't know why this thing snapped off the way it did. But I'll try not to move it as much. But it is gonna fall. But I gotta. We good. But once again, thank y'all for joining the outside. I'm just getting it built up, getting everything set up. I got a lot to talk about. A lot. Yeah. It's a lot. So, want to address a couple of things. I mean, I'm gonna address more than a couple of things. Um, there's a lot of stuff that is going on that I don't like. It's a lot of stuff that, as a outsider moving to the area, um, if the homie Dave was up here, Dave would tell you, he definitely he's one of the newest persons to this area that I know. And Dave is currently, trying to navigate between oh, navigate between moving from up north to trying to figure out how things work down here in Atlanta. And one thing I've learned being here in Atlanta is you're not going to change it. You're not going to change Atlanta. You can conform, but you're not going to change. Yeah, excuse me. My setup is a little crazy. My kids was here this weekend messing up everything, and so everything is a little out of whack, out of place right now. All right, let me. What in the world? All right, there we are. Gotta try to get these lights to match up, but I'm just waiting on someone. I just text them. Cause something someone else mentioned. I am hot. Excuse me, 1 second. Boom, boom, boom. I see something here. Definitely want to talk about his tournament and how the response on that. I know some let me send me a text some if you free because I would love to bring you on too. Um and also Garland. Let me send Garland a message. Mm, all right. So let me also say this. This is gonna be my last show about this. Not addressing some of this stuff again. Okay, something's at work. All right. Okay. So one of the first things I want to address is the last show I did was I believe it was the show with Lamont. A lot of people was asking for certain people to get on or for me to reach out and bring them on. Let me say this. A lot of the times my guests that's on the show, they want to be on the show. They've reached out or certain ones I have reached out to and to get more people on here. But understand this once again, this is a late night show. It's not a daytime. This is a late night show. Um, I think I've said it a couple of times. I do have bad insomnia. Um, and with that insomnia, it it it's a it's it's hard to sleep at night. Um, hold on, let me. Okay. So I'm sorry. I know a lot of it is being delayed. I'm waiting on certain people. Um, because I want to address a lot of things, but I know I want to have some of these people at least in the comments. Um, because a lot of what I'm going to be saying it's not opinion based. A lot of it is going to be factual things that I know, things that I saw. So, but like I was saying, the thing with Lamont is he acts, and I also reached out. Don't get it. It was both. I what? Oh, I asked if he wanted to come up. He did want to come up and share a story. Now, let me say this: I've heard and gotten multiple sides of that bad intention situation. One thing I will say about the bad intention situation is leave that situation alone. Leave it alone. That is it. It is a little deeper. Um, yeah, it's a little deeper than what we a lot of people know. And as always, this is just really educational purposes. To try to get people to understand what it's like on both ends of the spectrum. But what I've been hearing from that situation and what is going on with it, um, I'm going to leave it at that. And it's a wild situation that it is becoming. And a lot of those people are still in it and everything. So respectfully, let's respect bad intentions. Um, I guess privacy or the stuff that you needed to know on why it happened and what was already put out. Um, um, but it is weird. It is weird situation. So let's respect them. We got some of the story, and the rest of it it's gonna the reason why I'm saying that because it's gonna end up going somewhere else, um, where no one wants to see it going, and no one can, you know, yeah, just leave that situation alone. Um, number two, second thing I want to address is if you don't like Facebook or if you don't like and this is to people outside, if you don't like bowling, if you don't like doing this, if you don't like social media, who the fuck cares? There's people on social media making millions of dollars. And there's people outside of social media making millions of dollars. Just because you don't like being on Facebook or just because someone else likes being on Facebook more than you do, or social media more than you do, who the fuck cares? You're not special. You're not special because you're not on Facebook or whether you are on Facebook. So all these, I'm not a Facebook, I'm not a like if and I'm not talking about things going left. I'm just talking about basic stuff. I'm not talking nothing negative, no one fighting or nothing like that because then you're I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about nobody talking crazy. I'm just talking about just regular old Facebook, regular old comment. If you are not the type of person that just not on social media, who cares? Because clearly you're watching. Clearly somebody is sending you this because you always have a comment for it. And if you always have a comment for it, and to be, oh, I'm not on Facebook, like, who gives a? I am. And if you got a problem with what I'm saying, do something about it. Because I can pull receipts on who's telling me this information. So I'm never pulling shit out my ass. It's always opinion based, and if it is, I'm sorry, it's always factual when I'm speaking on things. And if it isn't, and if it's just my opinion, I let it be known this is just my opinion. But for the most part, anything that I've done or tried to fix or said that I am told, I am being told that. I don't care if you're not on Facebook. I don't care if you're on Facebook or whatever. Hey, who gives a hey? Congratulations to you. You work too much where you can't be on Facebook. You don't get any special privileges for not or being on for whether you are or aren't on social media. Nobody gives a damn. That is not a flex. Oh, I'm not on social media like that. Good for you. Oh, you on Facebook all day. And my bills is paid. I got take care of 5 kids. Take care of 5 kids. And they don't want for nothing. So, like, what is your flexing and dumb shit of saying that means nothing? The main reason why I do this is so you know where this came from. If you got a problem with it, all the episodes are recorded. They're on the YouTube. On my bad, that sounded old. On the YouTube, they're on YouTube. So I don't care. That is it is that's is no one gives a damn. No one gives a damn. Second, yo, here let's go ahead and break it down. Here's Georgia bowling. I can't even say Georgia. Here's Atlanta bowling in a nutshell. Atlanta would rather do more complaining than helping. I complain. It's human nature. We all complain. The problem with most of you complaining is you're not complaining to fix an issue. You're complaining to make more problems. You can complain or state your opinion and nothing is wrong with that. The problem is when you are stating your opinion and it's not leading to anything progressive. And that has always been my sole goal. If I'm going to complain about something, I want to figure out how it is we can get this changed, or how can it work for both parties. That is my goal. I look at myself, my role, and everything I've tried to do is be a middleman to fix the issues that we have, not only just in bowling, but also with Atlanta bowling. When I first got here, and here's what I mean. Here's a huge problem with bowling. When I first got here and I first started bowling, I was not I was not privy to bowling balls. I just I understood there was different bowling balls to help you and to assist you, but I didn't know there was a specific bowling ball for. I didn't know pearls. I didn't know solids. I didn't know urethane. So when I first got into bowling, I was gifted, I think, 2 or 3 bowling balls, and they all happened to be urethane. Mind you, once again, I am new to the bowling scene in Atlanta. Someone from Atlanta gifted me 3 bowling balls. When I first got here, I didn't know urethane. All 3 of these bowling balls were urethanes. So a lot of these bowling balls, I was getting a lot of flack. Mind you, I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody. I'm walking in straight from up north into a bowling alley, joined a summer league because I came in the summer. Pause. And I started getting called names. I'm going to tournaments. Back then, we had the bat tournament. Amanda was throwing the tournament, and Justin for DSL at Lowburn. There used to be a regular tournament. There used to be a regular no tap at Austell, and then we would pot bowl after. We would pot bowl a lot. It has definitely calmed down from now, but we used to pot bowl a lot. And during these tournaments, I'm hearing, "Oh, I was on the line. I was on the lane with him. He had a problem." And fuck this. I used to have me and Chris Logan used to have the biggest problem. Um, me and CeeLo, we cool now, but we used to have a big problem because when I first got here, it was always seeming like we were on a lane together. So me throwing urethane, not knowing anything about bowling balls, I used to always hear him complain. Now, when I started meeting people, like I met Pat, Karan, Tony, Hawk first. Then shortly after, I met Dana, Ashley, Jared. I met Bama was one of the first people I bowled with. So as a new bowler, I'm getting pointed at and saying I'm messing other people up, not knowing what they're talking about. So now I get to a point where like, yo, I'm ready to fight. Like, I don't know this kid at this time. Like, who the fuck are you calling names? Who are you talking about messing you up? What the fuck do I got anything to do with what you got going on? For those of you that's just coming in hearing this story, I am telling my introduction to Atlanta bowling. So when I'm hearing all this talk and everything, I'm trying to figure out, like, what is your problem with me and this ball? Because you're not talking to me. You're talking to everybody around me, but you're not talking to me about what the problem is. And that is the problem with a lot of this area bowling. You want to point fingers and you want to blame people for what they should know instead of teaching them what the problem is with throwing urethane. What is it doing for other people? Is it helping you or is it hurting you? Because I'm not gonna lie, at the time throwing this ball, at the time of throwing this ball, I was cashing. I was making the step ladders. So I'm not seeing a problem because I'm striking. But other people want to blame what they got going on the lanes. What is my point? My point is y'all are too busy wanting to point fingers than fix a problem. I was bowling a tournament and I ended up being matched up against Tyrone. If I'm not mistaken, Tyrone was one of the first person, Tyrone Stevens was one of the first person to explain to me what the urethane did and what was the difference. When he did that, then I started investing and buying other equipment. You cannot sit here. You can't sit here and blame somebody for doing something and not teach them. So a lot of times new bowlers come in with a chip on the shoulder, and that's and a lot of you OGs are mad at these younger bowlers, and that's because you're not teaching. You're pointing your fingers and you're shaming people. It's the same thing that's happening right now on Monday night at Lowburn. There's a group of guys that just started bowling last year, end of last year toward the summer. At first, they were very scared to get into tournaments. I started selling bowling balls. Some of those guys started buying bowling balls off of me, and they started practicing. If you go into the bowling alley, they're in there all the time. Every single time. They're in this bowling alley, and they're practicing. But now, they've practiced to the point where they are running that Monday Night League. And they're running it because of the handicap they have, plus they're getting better. Keyword is plus they're getting better. I'm gonna stay here, Dre, because I want to address that too, Dre. I got you, Dre. Stay. I'm getting close to there, Dre. Stay with me a little longer. You have to understand. Let me see where I go. There we go. I got you, Dre, but hold on for me. Pause. You got to understand, if they're in the bowling alley practicing at that lanes all the time, and when they get in the league, they're going to get better. They're going to get better. But newsflash, people, they didn't make the rules. They didn't make the fucking handicap rule. I am so sick and fucking tired of y'all complaining about handicap. If we want the handicap rule changed, go to a fucking USBC meeting and help get the rules changed. There's no need in continuing to beat your fucking heads on a table trying to fight urethane when the rule is the rule. Help change the rules. That is what I'm trying to do. We have a huge problem, but none of y'all want to say stuff to the right powers to be. Oh, our voice don't get heard. You're right, because you're not saying shit. So shut the fuck up. You're in a handicap tournament. You're in a handicap league. Is there people that abuse it? Yes. But stop bowling it if it bothers you that much. Help get the rule change. That is everything that I'm trying to do, is bridge a gap. I understand what the new bowlers are going through. Tyrone Stevens will tell you, me and him have conversations often, 2-3 hours on the phone, and he's explaining what he wants done with this league, with this area. Tyrone will tell you, I don't see nobody taking my spot. And I have a problem with that. That is always what his motivation is. Tyrone always says, my problem is there's nobody that is going to take my spot. And I'm trying to get the people to understand what I did to get here so you can get here too. But here's the problem with that, Atlanta Bowlers, because I am guilty of it too. I was guilty of it too. Tyrone's success is not your success. Tyrone put in his own work to get where he is. But the problem with it is a lot of people think they're too close to a lot of the Tyrones, to the Eugenes, to the Greg Blacks, to the Demetrius, to the Julians, to I'm forgetting somebody. The Isams. The problem is Jaime's. A lot of y'all are friends with these people, but you're not these people. And that is the problem. Your success, their success is not your success. I'm so tired of people coming up, oh man, I'm not going to bowl this because I can go and make more money out of time. Where? When have you done that? When? Yo, my nigga, they post the standings. They post who when have you cashed? Stop saying what Tyrone is saying, because I'm on the phone with these people. I know when you're just regurgitating information. You are not that person. You need just as much help as the person with all the handicap. And some of y'all think y'all don't. Some of y'all think y'all too good. Some of y'all talk like you average 240 everywhere. Some of you talk like you got tournament wins everywhere. Like it doesn't add up. And what that mentality does to this area is it gives it entitlement. Where you think, oh, I'm not going to bowl that because I don't get paid on the spot. Nigga, you don't get paid at all. Tyrone gets paid, and you think because he's saying that and y'all are close, that applies to you. It doesn't. Greg Black gets paid. Julian gets paid. Jaime gets paid. Eugene gets paid. You're just their friends. You're not on that level. You're not like that. You're not even out here like that. So a lot of y'all have this talk and this bounce about you, and that ain't you. That ain't you. And then you want to run and tell you get mad because you lose to this like teams like this Monday night team. You bowl fucking 528 and you want to walk around the bowling alley acting like it was their handicap that won. No. You was ass that night. Their handicap ain't have shit to do with you bowling 158, 128. I can't blame nobody's head. Yo, my Monday night team has a lot of handicap. The team that I bowl on Monday night, I think we start off with like 200 pins of handicap because of the team. We're damn near in last place. The motherfuckers on Monday night see that hand. We bowled Demetrius and Torrance, and they lit it up this past week. We bowled Daniel Freeman, Corey Richardson, I think oh crap, what's his name? Mr. Evans, Darcy's brother. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot your name. I apologize. But We bowled them, and he shot 300 on us. Like, yo, like, when are we going to stop complaining about the handicap and do something about it? And then here's another problem. People try to say things to get the handicap to change, like my post. You fucking idiots don't know the difference between a conversational piece. Javon, thank you. You don't understand the difference from a conversational piece to try to get the rules changed than actually meaning what that post is. You rather attack the person than have a conversation. And I'm so sick and tired of that. Like you would rather argue than understand to make the difference. Because it's not just about you. The more people that gets introduced to bowling and starts coming into league, they're going to have handicap to start off for a whole fucking year or two. And it makes no sense. I'm not disagreeing with you. It makes no sense for somebody to be living off of an average from last year when they're not the same bowler. It don't make sense. I get that. But at the same time, that is not their fault. They didn't make the rules. They didn't tell your dumbass to think that, oh, we're going to let the handicap fill up the pots, and then I'm going to come and shoot lights out, but then I'm going to complain when I struggle and I don't shoot lights out, and I'm going to just tell everybody it was the handicap. Stop it. Stop it. And the reason why I know this is because when I first came here, I bowled with a lot of handicap. And I saw who bowled against us. And the teams that didn't complain about it, laced their shoes up and bowled, 9 times out of 10, they beat us. But y'all be worrying about the wrong things. And you handicap bowlers who have handicap bowlers, stop listening and repeating the stuff that the scratch bowlers are saying. Because that ain't you. That is not you. You cannot... Yo, if you don't average 220, I don't want to hear you complaining about handicap. Because you're one strike of you not getting one more strike a game is you're right there in their boat. Like, there's no fucking difference. What you need to be doing is coming up with the masses and going to these USBC meetings, writing the USBC, or trying to follow somebody who is trying to attempt to make the changes. Because if we don't make the change, how long are we going to argue about this? How long are we going to continue to talk about this? Now, that's a bowling issue. Now, let me tell you what Atlanta's issue is. Atlanta issue is a lot of y'all think y'all like that, and you're not. A lot of y'all are too fucking serious about this. But you're not serious about this. That is the crazy part about it. A lot of y'all are fake acting. A lot of y'all just want to be popular in here. But you don't realize that you're a cancer. You're talking about things that you ain't even living up to or even doing. It makes no fucking sense. It makes no fucking sense. I'll be listening to some of y'all talk, and a lot of these young and new bowlers, I can tell who they're hanging out with based on their talk. I love him to death, Jacob. Yo, Jacob will come to league and he will say something, and I'd be like, Jacob, please don't be that bowler. Please enjoy this sport. No matter how good or how bad it gets, enjoy it. Don't be like that, because if you start being like that, you're gonna be just as mad, just as angry, and then you're always gonna be looking for a cover up. You know what pisses me off most in bowling? And this is a Martrell thing. And anybody on my team can tell you this. If I feel like I am the reason why we lost, I am pissed. It is the reason I lose is never no one's fault but my own. I always have to figure out something. I was upset at myself, at my body, pause, at the Rodman. The Rodman, I jumped out the gate, I bowled well, and then every game we had to sit for 30 minutes and wait for the next lane to finish. Now it wasn't their fault. It was just something that happened early that caused the delay. My body just could not conform to sitting, even though I was walking around trying to stay loose. Everybody, if you know that I'm broken up from the military. I am broken. You don't know it when you see me bowl. I will never complain about it. But that is a Martrell issue. That pissed me off because now I got to figure out if something happens, a lane breaks down, and we sit. I got to figure out what it is that I need to do so I can stay fresh, so I can continue on bowling and it not affect my scores. That is a Martrell issue. That is some of your issues that you need to look in the mirror and say, I'm the reason why I didn't bowl this well. I can't make a 6-pin. I can't make a 10-pin. I can't make a 9-pin. I keep leaving this. Figure it out. It is not the person who has your handicap fault. It's not their fault. It is your own fault. I see people like Tyrone, Greg Black, Jaime, Eugene winning all the time. Anthony Richmond, they win all the time because of people's handicap. I do not get the difference. Because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. And it almost happened a lot of times. Like y'all don't understand. I don't think y'all realize. Like there's a lot of fuck it. There's a lot of niggas that bowl. There's not a lot of bowling niggas. There's a difference. So a lot of y'all don't even know you be getting saved in the bowling alley. Like, cause a lot of people don't play what you talking about them at a recreational sport. And it's not even like you're talking about them to teach or make things better. You're talking about them, pointing your finger because your dumbass couldn't carry. So Atlanta bowlers, you see the Greg Blacks, you see the Tyrone, and they say, yeah, we represent Atlanta. And for some reason, you think you're a fucking monster, and when you touch the bowling ball, that their power's going to you, and you're that bowler. No, you can't you can't do that. So when there's other tournaments and stuff that comes up, local tournaments, and you don't want to do it or you don't want to take part of it over somebody else, that is on you. You're causing this. This entitlement that Atlanta has is bullshit. And where I get upset is I'm trying to bridge a gap in between. Because at times, yes, I understand both sides. And let's go ahead and dive into the thing about the mixer. The thing about the mixer is there is Atlanta bowling is just it's one of a kind. A lot of us like to bowl out of town because the mood is different. When we go to Dre's tournaments in North Carolina, for those that has been to Dre's tournament, when you bowl Dre's tournament, Dre got the music pumping with a good playlist. So you got people on the lanes dancing, having a good time, and everything. You would be surprised how many people I done seen in the last week get mad. I'm sorry, the last 3 weeks get mad at people having a good time in recreational league bowling. Wednesday night, when was it? 2 weeks ago, Wednesday night. 2 people literally got into a screaming match because one guy was having a good time bowling against another team and they said he was being too loud. That is crazy. In league, and the entitlement that y'all think that y'all have because you did brackets, because you did side pots, and now I got a bowl in a fucking library. Fuck you. I'm letting you know now. You come to me and you tell me I'm making too much noise, I'm making too much this, I'm making too much that. I'm gonna look you dead in your eyes, pause, and say, fuck you. Like I'm not like I don't give a fuck about your I don't care. I don't care. If we're having a good time, if there's music being played, I don't care. I'm not here to bowl at no fucking library. I'm not here to bowl for your pleasure. No, this is a good most of these people just got off work. Some of these people are doctors, accountants, stressed out over their job, and they're coming to the bowling alley to have a good time, and they're being put in isolation because of you can't handle noise or whatever the case may be. Oh, this ain't a UBA stop. I don't give a fuck what it is. I don't care. I don't care what it is. Get mad. Do something. Like for y'all to keep, oh man, he was loud. Oh, he kept yelling every time he's having a good time. Life is fucking hard. Life is fucking hard. No one cares. If you want silence, go into the PBA and all of this. And here's the crazy part. See, and I know we're gonna break down the down south, deep south mixer, but a lot of the things that are happening in Georgia, for example, Dre with Flash Weekend. It is a great weekend. Do I think people will come, Dre? Yes, I honestly think people will come. I honestly think people fuck with you out here. You have been known for a reputation of running great tournaments. You're up there with Dougie when people talk about your name. I think it would do well. But a lot of people don't know, I was the one pushing Dre to bring it down here because it's a good fucking time. But a lot of y'all don't realize there is stuff coming that got stopped because y'all attitudes are terrible. Like this Vixen tournament. Oh, by the way, for those of you who don't know, the scratch tournament is canceled. I'm gonna get into why in a second. That is canceled. But this Vixen, this is the last shit I'm doing. Like fuck y'all. Like I worked too hard to be getting criticized and corrected for fighting for this community when I'm trying to bridge a gap. Yeah, I'm not I am so checked out, it's not even funny. Certain people can get me to bowl. Those people know who they are. I am checked out. You probably will never not see me only at certain tournaments. If somebody's new throwing a tournament out here, I'm going to go support. I'm going to always support the ones that supported me. I'm going to be traveling to bowl a lot. But far as league and doing and trying to bring stuff and get people like Dre to bring his tournaments down here. Dougie, I've had conversations with Dougie trying to get him back out here certain times. Like, I have really tried to bring a lot to this area because this area has the potential to be just as good far as the turnout with tournaments and everything as North Carolina is. Because we have the bowlers if y'all fix your fucking attitudes. What is there to be entitled about in a recreational amateur sport? You guys remind me of the flag football team that got celebration dances. Nigga, it is flag recreational football. We are in league recreational bowling. Now, if you're bowling the 250 Masters and you feel like that, oh well. But if you're not bowling anything like that, and you're in a league and you're telling people that they need to hush and they need to be and they're too loud, yo, go get another fucking hobby. Go play darts or some shit. Because it's fucking ridiculous now. The amount of complaining and the amount of entitlement. And like I said, look, getting into the Deep South Mixer and what that whole conversation was about is, let me say something to you new UBA bowlers. I'm going to keep it a buck. If you haven't been bowling the UBA 3 years or more, yo, this conversation ain't for you. Because there's people that have bowled the UBA for over 10 years and had to travel to North Carolina and South Carolina for every fucking tour stop. You do not have the same argument with me, who used to have to take that 2-3 hour drive every fucking tour stop. If last year was your first year in the UBA in the Deep South, you're not in this conversation when we're talking to Tynell about the mixer. Because here's what I'm gonna say about the mixer. He was warned. I brought him on the show and he was warned of how Atlanta bowlers are. He was warned on how Atlanta bowlers are. So what I'm saying is not going to work. It's not to decide it. I'm trying to help so it is working. Like, we are too entitled. A lot of y'all complaining, oh man, we got to wait 30 days to get paid. Nigga, some of y'all ain't get paid at all. When have you got paid for a tournament to complain about getting paid 30 days from now? When? When? But I will say this. On the flip side, most of the UBA bowlers have been bowling for a long time in the UBA. The UBA and a lot of the influence bowlers out here that influence this community are checked out of the UBA. So if you want to grab their attention, you have to do something different. When Mal came on the show and said the Deep South Mixer is put together so Atlanta bowlers can meet each other and teams can meet each other, that's where he lost Atlanta bowlers, for number one. Number two, no one asked for a UBA event here. What we asked for was a UBA event that will bring North Carolina down here. That is what was asked for. No one cares. Atlanta bowlers do not care about the UBA. The tournament bowlers do not care about the UBA. That is just a fact. You ask anybody on any scratch squad, on any team down here, what would they rather be doing? They bowl UBA because it is convenient now and there's nothing going on that weekend. That is the reason why they bowl UBA. I hate to break it to you. I hate to pop your bubble, but you 179 bowlers screaming about this event, you only want to bowl because you don't get in the lineups. And I understand that, but you don't have a place in this conversation if you never traveled 2-3 hours every fucking tour stop and was told, hey, if you guys show up to these events, we can throw more events down there. So they drove 2 hours. The only thing they wanted was to attract an event that was going to bring North Carolina down here. They don't give a fuck about the UBA. I hate. Here's one of them. Tyrone. They think I'm lying. They think I just be pulling this out my ass. They think I just be talking. But I ask you. Tyrone would tell you, I ask a lot of questions. Well, why is this? Why do y'all feel like this? Why y'all feel that way? What happened? Well, this is it. For number one, they don't trust UBA management in the South. They think Mal and Jason Hale does nothing but cater to North Carolina. That is the problem. That is the whole problem. Sam had a comment. Let me see if I can put Sam's comment on it. Sam had a comment, and if you look at the people that liked the comment, Sam said exactly what I'm saying now in a nicer way. Let me see if I can put Sam's comment on the screen. Let me see. Let me find it. But a lot of y'all think that the UBA a lot of y'all looking at the UBA as it's new, and it's not new. It is not new in Georgia. If somebody could find, I'm trying to find Sam's comment, but I can't remember what. Oh, it might have. I found it. A lot of y'all don't understand, and big shout out to Daniel Mack. Hold on, let me put this comment up real quick. A lot of y'all don't understand. A lot of y'all don't understand the work that a lot of the older bowlers that's been in the UBA had already put in to make this division possible. This division did not just start overnight because a group of people just decided to bowl. No, this was 10 years in the making. And that is the problem with a lot of the older. Okay, here's where I'm going to take the OG sides of the OG versus youngin argument. A lot of OGs are feeling like you're not respecting the work that got us here. The conversations that they had with upper management in the UBA to try to get more stuff down here, to bring more eyes down here. But here's the problem with Atlanta bowlers. Atlanta, you want to complain about what other people are doing in your community, and people that aren't even from here are doing more than you are doing for your own fucking community that you even grew up in. Look at the work Tyrone has done here in this community, and he's not even from here. Look at the work Amanda has done in this community, and she's not even from here. Look at the work I've done for this community, and I'm not even from here. Look at the work Ty has done for this community, and Ty is not from here. Where is the work that Atlanta is doing for Atlanta? And y'all got the most shit to say about the people that are trying to do shit for your fucking community, for your fucking kids, to make this shit better. You don't even do shit for your own community. Why are you not throwing tournaments for yourself? Why are you not throwing tournaments down here? Why you don't do it? Oh man, I don't want to do that. I don't want. Exactly. You don't want to deal with you, but you want other people to deal with you. So just imagine a group of yous dealing with you. You don't want to do that. It doesn't make sense to you. But a lot of y'all ain't doing shit for your own community. We got the most to say. You so quick to write a post. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. A lot of y'all don't do nothing for your leagues, don't do nothing for your bowling center. You're not even nice to the fucking staff there. You're always arguing with somebody, but then you want the most shit coddled to you. So that's why I say a lot of y'all that just started the UBA, this division is 10 years in the making. This is 10 years in the making. So when we're having this conversation about the mixer, we're having a conversation because, like this comment just said, we used to drive 4 fucking hours for every tour stop. Tyrone and Amanda, which is crazy as hell to me, they drove to a tour stop. I think Leonard, correct me if I'm wrong. It was either a snowstorm or they drove in a hurricane to a tour stop, which is crazy to me. But they put in that work to make the difference in this community. So when they're telling you how they feel, when Sam is telling you how he feels about the fucking what's the face? He's not coming from a place of hurt or coming from a place of anger. He's coming from a place of, I already did the fucking work. Where's the stuff that you said that you was going to do? Oh, this is huge. This is what Sam's comment. Now, for those of you who don't know, Sam used to be on a team in South Carolina before he started his own team. Sam used to be on Complete Anarchy when there was teams here in Georgia. So Sam traveled every time. So he has a right. He has skin in the game. This is what I was trying to say, but a little nicer. He said this is the most when you put together when the OG Bowlers said we want an event that is going to attract the North Carolina bowlers. And while we're on North Carolina bowler, this kind of has to do with the 24 and 24 too. This is where you also lost a lot of the OG bowlers, is because in that 24 and the 24, we still had to fucking travel. And we've been traveling for 10 fucking years. And the only thing we wanted was an event that will attract the North to come to the South. But after today, after the 24 and 24 was announced at the location, I'm telling you, the North Carolina versus Georgia, I'm going to say it's dead. We don't care about it like we did earlier in the year. Will North Carolina and Georgia still may have events? Yes. But it is going to be probably a small group of friends between North and Georgia. If Martrell is involved, it's only going to be the outsiders versus everybody. Like I'm not doing, or it may be a selective few. I just don't want to deal with it. That is the only thing I'm saying. I don't want to deal with it. So Sam says when Mal came on and he explained what the Deep South mixer was, this is what got everybody, all the OG bowlers, kind of up in arms. He said this is the most out of touch corporate pizza party comment I've ever seen. Hey, we're going to run 6 consecutive months of unique UBA tournament experience, take a month off, then pretend to throw the Deep South a bone with the most lackluster generic events you can imagine. You ran 6 Southeast-based events that was bare minimum distance and time from Atlanta. It was 3 hours with a maximum distance of 8+ hours. Now that we have an event in our backyard, your response to Danny was, we shouldn't expect people outside the district to show up. But we've been expecting all year to drive 3+ hours to participate in any UBA event. This exact attitude is the reason I deterred Critical Role from participating in any UBA events this year outside of team rankings and WCS. This is the exact reason. And if you look at who likes it, it's probably half of the owners in the UBA. Because y'all don't understand the struggle we went through to get here. Yes, we do. Tynell and Phil, Doug, we don't have confidence in Mal or Jason Hale. You got teams that's been in the division. Fuck that. Tynell, here's the main problem. The main problem is you, Phil, Jason Hale, Mal. You're the 4 people that are ahead of the chart that we know of. The problem is you 4 can walk in a tour stop in the Deep South and nobody knows who you are. Nobody will recognize you or know who you are. And to me, I understand Phil and Tynell. You can't get here every time, but you have people that run the South. That is no excuses why they can't get down here. There's no fucking excuse why they can't get down here. There's no fucking excuse that people don't know who these people are. You can. If you want this to continue to grow, you have to include or extend the reach. Because Mal and Jason Hale, let's get into it. The problem is that I'm hearing and that people are telling me, owners, experienced bowlers in the UBA, Mal and Jason Hale don't give a fuck about anything outside of North Carolina. I've heard that from directors at owners from our old division, South Carolina, from Columbia down to here. I've always heard that they don't care about nothing outside of North Carolina. They're going to do what's best for North Carolina. And point and proven is I didn't want to say this on the post, but I'm going to say it now. The biggest problem was the motherfuckers keep setting us up to fail. They know damn well you tried to do a 2-day mixer. And then you criticize me for trying to alert you how things ran. They don't care about the UBA in Georgia. I hate to say it. I do. I like your product. But I can't convince them who's been bowling longer than me to join because the people in charge, they don't feel like they care about them. Your product is tainted. Y'all heard what I said about, and if I see him, I'm going to say it to his face too, with Jason Hale. My problems with him is documented. There's no doubt about it. But y'all are so biased. I have never, ever, I think unholy, and that is understandable, the only one, I have never seen a paid in full tournament or UBA event. Why was the Deep South Mixer paid in full? Why? How do you accidentally do that? That makes no sense. And then Mal's going to talk about, I'm going to throw a 2-day. They don't know you down here. It's not going to work. Now, is that a problem that they care that much about who run it? Yes, I'm going to touch on that too, because that is problematic on both sides. But unfortunately, that's how things work out here. It's really 2 people they fuck with out here, Ty Tillery and Nelson. That's really it. If you anybody else, you better hope you can get one of these top bowlers to really fuck with you. Tyrone fucks with me. So I get people to come to my tournament because Tyrone fucks with me. I used to have a large following of the old folks at Forest Park until me and Forest Park owner, for some reason, he wouldn't allow me to put flyers out. And the bowlers that I was putting flyers out was they didn't have Facebook. So, but they're under new management. Terry, to answer your question, it was a competitive thing. It's not F them because we were traveling out there. So if you got to understand, if I'm going to North Carolina and you're talking shit because you're in your home, you were able to wake up 30 minutes before the tournament start and still make it on time, while I'm driving 3 hours and you're barely beating me, but you're at home. No, come to Atlanta and talk that shit. Come to my house where I'm comfortable. So that was the vibe on it. But let's be. I'm glad you asked this, because if we're coming up there for let's be real. The UBA is a North-based product. It's a North-based product. So if you tell me that we want the competition, and don't get it twisted, there is some amazing competition in North and South Carolina. And we're going up against this competition, and they're squeaking by. Let's be real. They're not really winning. They're squeaking by. Come. Let's see. Okay, you talking all that shit at home. Let's come out here and talk that shit and see if it's the same talk. That's where this thing came from. So if that's why we care if other districts participate, because let's face it, Ty Tillery could put together a tournament. Ty Tillery could put together a doubles tournament. Ty Tillery and Joan put together a unholy and it sold out. They put together a mixed doubles and it sold out. So why isn't the UBA sold out? Because the OGs don't have faith in your product no more. Mal and Jason Hale is causing everything to fail. He knew. I put the motherfucker on the show and told him we didn't want a mixer. If I'm wrong, we wouldn't have had 9 fucking entries. I want to be wrong. I want the mixer and I sat there on the show and I told him, I'm going to get together with Joan. Don't worry, we'll sell it out. And I am. I hope it do sell out. Like, I like the product. I think, if somebody could check, I think they just changed it now from paid in full to now you can do deposits. But why was that an issue in the first place? We've always done deposits everywhere. But now all of a sudden you want to do a paid in full? So you look at, and Terry, you know this from being out here. It is a weird area. You're from Detroit. So you know it's a big difference from Detroit and Atlanta bowling. Yeah, so it's deposit now. But why was it paid in full in the first place? Because Mal and Jason Hale do not want it to succeed. And it spews out in them. Why would you come? Oh my gosh, pause. Why would you come on an Atlanta-based show and tell a person living in Atlanta how it is in Atlanta? I keep saying I'm going to clip that part just so you can, for those of you who never saw this clip, it was the most asinine shit I've ever heard. I will never talk to somebody from Greensboro and say something about Greensboro I don't know because I had never been down there. How the fuck do you figure just because you won't drive an hour, somebody else ain't driving? I gotta drive an hour to damn near every fucking bowling alley where I live at. He literally came on this show and said, well, I know the South Side bowlers don't bowl with the North Side. Nigga, we was in Conyers with people who bowl at Forest Park, who bowl at Southern Lanes, who bowl. I see Damon now because of Conyers. If I'm not mistaken, Damon is on the South Side somewhere. I live in Winder up north. He's on 85 South, I'm on 85 North, and we meet on fucking 20 to fucking go bowl together. Everybody in our division bowls together. How are you going to come on an Atlanta-based show and argue to me about how this area is? Atlanta does not want your fucking events. They wanted a certain type of unique event, what we're asking for. So when you throw up a mixer and tell people they got to get paid 30 days and fill out a W-9, yo, this isn't special enough. This isn't it. But don't get mad at me for calling it out because I tried to warn you so you wouldn't waste your fucking time. I want the product to do well. Do I agree on their stance? No. I bowl for competition. I don't bowl for money. I don't bowl for money. As long as you're not cheating me, I'm good. If I lose, I lose. If I put $100 in brackets and lose it, hey, that's my fault. But everybody does not bowl for money. Everybody doesn't bowl like that. Do I agree with it? No, I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid. But that is my opinion. That is my opinion. That is just an opinion. I don't agree with it. But that is the way it is out here. And I agree with Christy. We got to figure out Christy Lee. We got to figure out a way to make it change. But how do you do that? You can't sit on your hands and expect things to change. I tried to change it. I saw a need when it was, and ask EK. EK's up here. I met EK through one of my tournaments because I saw when Carlos went to be the manager at Conyers. Carlos came to me and he said, I've been tasked with trying to rebuild Conyers. I need your help. I said, well, what I'm going to do is I haven't been happy over there at Roswell. I'll bring my team to Conyers and then I'll start throwing tournaments. And he was like, I'm going to help you. And it got to a point where it was me or Ty throwing tournaments every other week. 1 month, it'd be Ty. The next month, it'd be me. The next month, me and Ty was talking. Ty was one of my biggest helpers with helping me write out prize funds, making sure I did this, making sure everything ran well. Ty was one of my biggest supporters and my biggest go-tos when I was looking help. But before Ty got out here, it was dead. It was dead. It was dead. It was fucking dead. When Amanda left, when Scott stopped doing the bat tournament, it was dry as a bone. Only thing was really happening was Top Dog. And I think Top Dog was once a month. It was once a month. Before Ty got out here, it was fucking dead. And I kept asking. Chase was once every 3 months. Chase used to do something in March and Christmas, or May and then Christmas. For a month, all the weekend. But it was dead. It was dead out here. And then Ty got out here, saw a need. He was putting tournaments together. He was working at the bowling factory. At Southern. It was dead. And then I started doing stuff in Conyers. And I was doing tournaments. It was often. Because a lot of the bowlers that I met Michaela through one of my tournaments. A lot of the bowlers on the outside, I met through tournaments. That's what I used to do. I used to throw. It was just us and DSL. How can I get more bowlers on my team? How can I get better bowlers? There's a need. Tournament. I started throwing tournaments and recruiting through my tournaments. But prior to that, it was fucking dead out here. And I kept wondering, why isn't Turtles or something like that in Atlanta? Why? I don't understand it. I don't get it. Nobody wants to do it. What do you mean nobody wants to do it? Like, nobody wants to put it together. Why don't they want to put it together? I don't know. They just didn't want to do it. But now I see why nobody wants to do it, because nobody wants to deal with y'all. Nobody wants to deal with y'all. It is fucking terrible. It is fucking terrible. Like, y'all attitudes, the way y'all treat people. Like, I'm telling you, I'm waiting for the day when a new bowler comes in there, somebody says the wrong shit, and they gonna smack the shit out of one of y'all. They gonna smack the shit out of one of y'all. Or what I'm really waiting for is for one of y'all to grow some fucking balls, and instead of telling me stories, is just air the shit out. Because a lot of these tournament directors are stealing money, supposedly. Like, nobody wants to deal with y'all. Like, it is crazy how y'all think about things. So going back to this mixer, it's going to get to a point where the UBA has a decision to make. They're going to decide either they're going to try to make things work in Atlanta, or they're going to say, fuck Atlanta. They want too much. I'm not doing all of that. Fuck it. And we're just not going to do nothing in Atlanta. And I'm here to tell you, majority of the bowlers are not going to give a damn. And I cannot blame Phil or Tynell if they say, we're going to leave Atlanta alone. We're going to leave Atlanta alone. We're not going to do all of that shit. And it's going to be understandable. Do I want that to happen? No. No. That was another situation, Terry. No, we never finished that match. Remember, they were supposed to come to Lilburn and never showed up. And then not only that, they had them weird rules. We abided by them because we were at their house, which was Delk at the time. But they never showed up to Lilburn. Like, that's another problem. Like, and that's another issue. A lot of y'all don't want to fucking bowl it. Like, this not wanting to bowl each other, that shit is so fucking corny. That shit is so fucking corny. Like, a lot of y'all talk all this shit, and y'all act like if you lose to a bowler, you're going to lose some 401k or some shit. Nigga, it's just fucking bowling. It's just fucking bowling. It's just, if I bowl against Joe Smo and he beat me, motherfucker, I want a rematch another day. Or he beat me. I gotta eat whatever trash talk he's throwing at me. Because I lost. But a lot of y'all scared. Like, I do not understand it. I've seen Reggie throw crazy amount of money and say, bet whatever you want to bet. And a lot of y'all run and scare. You got all this shit talking. Y'all got all the good comebacks. Oh, you're not this average to talk to me. You got to be this to talk to me. Oh, I put in ways of fuck the work you put in. Prove it. Show it to me. Bowl. Strap up. Shut the fuck up. Because I can tell you, your best friends in the top bowlers, yo, ask them. Ask them about the pot bowl games. I told y'all the story for those that follow. You know about the pot bowl games I used to throw. Pot bowl games that I used to be a part of. How I met David Gravely. That motherfucker he's still a beast. But back when I first met him, yo, he was a monster. He was a monster. Rest in peace to Todd. It used to be him and Todd all the time going back. Like, y'all, all this corny shit, y'all got all the sayings in the world, but don't want to bowl. But then you want to jack up the price. Oh, I'll bowl you for $500. Motherfucker, you ain't seen $500 in 3 months. Like y'all, all this scared behavior and don't talk to him and don't talk to them. Yo. Like, y'all are crazy. The amount of dick sucking that y'all do to other bowlers is asinine. Like, nobody cares if you beat me in fucking league. Nigga, I'm saying beat me now one-on-one. It's just me and you. You can't hide behind a team. You can't hide behind this. You got to show up best of 5, best of 7. Like, yo, y'all, all this, oh, he did this. He won this. He won. Yo, I guarantee you. If you go up to Greg, if you go up to Eugene, if you go up to Tyrone Stevens, and you say, yo, I'm trying to bet for this amount, they're not going to give you their fucking resume. They're going to say, you already get a lane? Like, it makes no fucking sense. I don't get this. Y'all are scared of your own fucking shadow. Why the fuck would you come into recreational bowling and not want to bowl? But then you always want to down somebody. The problem is a lot of y'all been bowling all your lives, and you got a lot of these young motherfuckers that just coming in that just caught on quick, and you scared to lose to somebody that just started. That's really what it is. A lot of y'all been mopping up sweat all your goddamn lives at the bowling alley. And when these young boys come in here who are natural born athletes and they just catch on quick, y'all scared to lose against them. But then when these youngins say something to you OGs, oh, now you want to run and tell your average. When y'all was doing the same shit to your OGs. Like, stop it. You can't sit here and talk about iron sharpens iron, and then when a nigga ready to cut you, you want to go run and tuck your tail and hide. Like, that shit is corny. A lot of this shit is mad corny. No one gives a fuck about your resume. Bowl or shut up. No, I don't want to bowl you, dog. Hey, I respect you more when you say that. Next. No need to even talk to you anymore. There's no need for you to be. And then a lot of y'all who don't want to bowl, you dick riding the people who do bowl against them, cheering and shit. Like, yeah, that shit is corny too. Because your ass didn't want to bowl. I see that shit all the time in Lil Burn. Y'all want to come and gargle Justin Gibbons' sack because Justin Gibbons will stay after and bowl these young niggas. And then you want to come and jump on his bandwagon. Let's go, Justin. Let's shut the fuck up. Because your ass didn't want to bowl. Like, that shit corny too. And I don't give a fuck. I'll be the villain. I don't care. I'll be the villain. If you mad, come be the hero then. Straight like that. Because a lot of y'all, like, you ruining the sport. That's what I'm telling you. All you young guys and all you new to bowling, yo, take your money elsewhere. Go to North Carolina. Go to South Carolina. Go to Florida. Go to Texas. Yo, it's mad love out there. Y'all go to Greensboro. They already know what time it is. We talking trash all day. What's my man name? Randy. Shit. What's this? Randy see me and he just smile because he know we gonna talk all fucking Randy McWilliams, excuse me. He know when he see me, yo, and I ain't gonna lie to you, every time we in Triad, he bust my ass. Pause. But he know we gonna have a good time and we gonna talk shit. But a lot of y'all scared. And I don't know why. Anybody who's bowled with me out of town, they'll tell you, yo, Trail, you're a different bowler out of town. Yeah, because all the negative and all that dumb shit I left here in Atlanta. Y'all negative. Y'all always got something smart and dumb to say. Bunch of smart, dumbass people. Like it's crazy how y'all don't understand the shit that we can actually have out here that y'all ruin. That you ruin. Yo, you got tournaments that are ran very well. And you have tournaments that are that got people working extremely hard for this community, and then one person will come and then y'all attack the tournament director, which is mind-boggling to me. When I had that tournament and that situation happened with old girl, like, yo, the chaos that was ensuing on the other side of the wall was crazy. All the loud talking, not knowing what we got going on. Like, yo, why are you attacking the tournament directors? Do you half of y'all don't know the amount of work that goes into it? You really have to be a special character. You really have to have some type of disdain in your mind to want to be a tournament director. Ask Sump. Sump put out his flyer, and within the hour of him putting his flyer out, he texted me and said, I see what you mean now, Trail. I'm done talking about her. The reason why I'm done talking about her because all her friends think I'm a bitch ass nigga, but they walk past me in the bowling alley every day and won't say a word. They even had me in Houston. I was by myself in Houston. They was out there in Houston, and I'm a bitch ass nigga to everybody else, but they won't say a damn thing to me. So I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting on somebody to jump stupid and say it to me. But some I try to get people to start things and help as much as I can because I know how difficult it is. And let me ask y'all a favor too. Let me say this while we're talking about some tournament because I had to call some and tell. Can we start saying youngin and stop using the term YN in the bowling alley? And here's why I say that is because these white folks ain't about to play in my face. They not stupid. You know what a YN is. Don't play with me. Just say youngins in the bowling alley. Like that white, like I'm telling you, one of y'all come up to me and call me a YN or some shit like I'm diving on you. Don't even play with me like that. Because the people that know me and they've been on teams with me, I don't even like saying you got hung. Say you trapped me or some shit. We too deep in the South to be talking about you hung me. I will I'm dead ass. I will let's start saying youngins. Let's leave the YN term out of the bowling alley, please. Because that's all I'm gonna say about that. Cause like y'all white folks already be playing in people's face, and you ain't gonna play in my face like that. Like cause this you got hung shit. I don't even know why we even allowing that to be even a term in this motherfucker in Atlanta when you still got in Roswell where they auctioned off slaves and shit. You still got in Lake Lanier a whole fucking city underground. Like, yo, I don't know how the fuck y'all deal with that shit, but you got niggas putting shit around their neck talking about nigga, you ain't about to play with me like that. So and I'm like, let it be known. One of y'all come up to me talking about, are you a YN? I'm yo, my nigga. That's all I'm gonna say. You've been warned. But that's another thing. Let me speak on that. That tournament, and this is no slight to Garland because I know he's coming or he would have came, to the tournament. But he's speaking up for a lot of y'all, talking about they not coming if they scratch. And some said it best. A lot of y'all don't even want to bowl scratch. Somebody took it to my attention today and was like, a lot of the times they don't want to show up. If you would have said anything other than scratch, then they would have came. If you would have called it the fucking balloon tournament, and when they got there it was scratch, then hey, they still wouldn't bowl. Like I said, they're scared of their own fucking shadow. The only time y'all want to bowl is when the cards are stacked in your favor. That's the only time y'all want to bowl, is when the cards is in your favor. Like this whole bowling shit is getting out of control in Atlanta. And the crazy part is, a lot of y'all think like this is just the way to go. No, it is not like this in other communities. Go to Florida. It's not like this. Terry just told you, Detroit is way different. I don't know if Dre's up here, but North Carolina, way different. Like we had to tell Martin French, like, yo, you're going to get put, when you start bowling better, you're going to get put under a microscope way more out here than you did back home. A lot of y'all still, oh, it's pin management. It's this, it's that. It's fucking corny. Like, when are we as a community, and this isn't just Atlanta bowling, but as a bowling community, make the people who you pay money to every fucking year, you're paying for these rules to be written. You're paying for these people to make decisions. When are we going to realize that we have to figure out how to stand together? How are we going to do it? What? Yo, Alex, let me say, today ain't the time, because when you talk pin management, when you talk about a lot of you bowlers out there, yo, my nigga, you ain't buy a ball since you was in fucking diapers, and you know how the sport is. Like, my nigga, you're one of them. You're a cause of a problem. Like, and you know it. Like, you can act stupid and all that. You know it. A lot of you, the Carl Rogers, the Scott Hodges, all you pin management folks. Leonard, he was another one that got accused of the same shit. Like, you know what you're doing. Like, that shit is corny. Like, you're the cause of a lot of the people that are complaining. But people rather talk about you behind your back than be like, yo, we need to make this change. Nigga, you can say you're not a pin manager, but nigga, the facts is the facts. The facts are the facts, my nigga. I've known you how long, and I've only seen you buy one bowling ball, and you don't even use it. And then we got people like Dana Clark that's been in this sport for a year, and he done brought probably about 6 to 12 bowling balls. Nigga, the math ain't mathing. Like, it don't make sense. Like, you got to a 200 average now because niggas was on your shit about it. Like, nigga, y'all, that's the insulting part that makes this shit so frustrating. A lot of y'all be trying to hide the shit, and you like, nigga, nobody is stupid. Nobody is dumb. It's obvious. You've been bowling with the same fucking rock since you was in diapers. You done bowled the label off that motherfucker. I'm willing to bet if we put that ball in a machine, it ain't even round no more. Like, that is the problem. Handicap is supposed to help you. And that's why I said, what can we do to get the handicap change? What can we do? Should we make everybody's average minimum 190, 170, 180? Yo, we have to start going to these meetings. Because you're not going to get none of this. You scratch bowlers. You 230 and up bowlers. Stop going to fucking handicap tournaments complaining. It makes no fucking sense. I heard Justin Gibbons threw a fit because Dana Clark's team beat the dog shit out of him. What are you complaining for? What are you complaining for? It's a handicap league. You won't complain when you won the league 4, 5, 6 times. You won't complain then. Don't complain now. You win some, you lose some. Shut the fuck up. Like, it makes no sense. You're in a handicap league. You're in a handicap tournament. Why are you complaining about it? Change the rules. Start your own shit. Change the rules. I threw a scratch tournament out there because I'm tired of dealing with the handicap. I'm tired of dealing with the complaining. I put a handicap tournament out there. I got 11 fucking entries. Or 14. I think Clyde said he had 4. It's canceled. It's canceled. It makes no sense to me. You're going to be crying about the same thing for fucking years. I'm 5 years in this sport, and I'm out. Like, I am checked out of everything. I'm checked out. I'm checked out. I don't care no more about anything. Like, it's tiresome because y'all don't want to do anything to change. And then the stuff that people are bringing here, it ain't going to be able to sustain. Yo, I got with some people to bring some real money in here. Yo, ask Clyde. Clyde will tell you, like, for the longest, I argue with him. Dog, we need to put our own money up. If we put our own money up, people will come. Psych your mind, they didn't. Don't get me wrong, it was probably my most, second most tournament they came to. But I understand, like, y'all don't fuck with me like that. And that's okay. Because there's a small group that was keeping the tournaments alive, that was actually having fun. That was actually having fun. I don't care if you, I can, nigga, I am only focused on positive and moving the things forward. So if you don't fuck with me, then hey, hey, you stay over there and I'm gonna stay and do my lane. Like I said earlier, all you, I ain't on Facebook and I ain't hey, who gives a shit? And all you, oh, it's so high school. Yo, Randy, you the main one always talking about this is high school shit, but you the main one always commenting on shit, going deep off the water with shit. The main one. We put in conversational starters and you take your own opinion about things and run with it. And everybody's scared to talk to you the way you talk to them because you own the fucking bowling alley. You're the main one to be talking about, oh, this is high school. This is high school. This is that. This is this. This is that. But you're the main one on here commenting instead of finding out the full details, saying some off the wall shit. And I'm not talking about when you trying to promote the bowling alley, because I understand you. If I own the bowling alley, I'll be doing the same thing. But you can't be talking about, oh, this is high school. This is that. Oh, I don't be on Facebook, but you the main one with negative fucking comments. Like, I'm like, yo, like y'all don't look in the mirror because y'all and I'm tired of y'all so fucking scared of these people. Like Like they gonna cook you and eat you if you say this. Like it is mad annoying how y'all treat this area. It does not make sense. This area want to live off of fucking Tyrone, Greg Black's, Eugene's success so fucking much. They are not you. They got to where they are by putting in the work. You do the same. You are not them. The only time you filled out a W-9 is when it was a requirement, not because you won shit. I've won tournaments. I've cashed in tournaments nationally. Cashed in Houston. I've cashed in Vegas multiple times. I've cashed in Florida. I've cashed in North Carolina. They don't know me just because I talk a lot. I went out there and tried to put on for the state. I'm out there talking to them. Oh, Miles in Greensboro, he's bowling in this tournament. Let me go bowl a tournament so I can highlight him, tell him how we feel down here in Atlanta. How many of y'all have done that? How many of y'all have had conversations with Mal or even know who the fuck he is? Michaela would tell you, when Tynell was in fucking Columbia, I was literally walking people in the room introducing him. This is the CEO of UBA. How many of y'all have done that? How many? None. None. But y'all run and y'all want to go and be on fucking Dougie's YouTube channel. Like nobody watch that shit that ain't from that state. I ain't never seen nobody that once the shit was over, be like, let me go watch fucking Dougie Vision Delaware. None of y'all have ever said that. Yo, you seen what happened over there? No. If he's live, some of y'all are watching. But none of y'all, you run to shit that don't even make sense. Now, granted, I'm not saying he don't put together good tournaments, but that is why you will bowl his shit and won't bowl your local tournament director shit. Because you want to be on fucking YouTube. Look, Mom, here I am. Look, Dad, here I am. Like, it's fucking terrible. Like, it makes no fucking sense how y'all think. Y'all let this man come all the way fucking down here from New York to do the same shit Ty Tillery's doing and fill up the fucking house. Make it make sense. And you pay more money. That is the crazy part. You pay more money, but then you won't support the locals. You don't put shit together. Dougie puts the blueprint together. Dougie don't do nothing. He don't do no magic. You can do the same shit yourself for your own city, and you don't do it. But then you want to complain to people who are putting shit together in the city you were born in. And cry about it. It makes no fucking sense. Because every time somebody complains about a tournament, I say, well, why don't you put one together? Makes no fucking sense. So you mean to tell me, let me put an eliminator together, but add YouTube. And then it's going to sell out. Y'all are so fucking stupid. It makes no fucking sense. Same thing with Dre. They put the blueprint out there. This is the money. This is the format. This is how many entries to get this prize fund. Do the same shit. Do the same shit. It makes no sense. And then here's another thing that is mind-boggling about bowling. You motherfuckers will hawk a tournament director down for a fucking place. You will follow a tournament director to fucking Waffle House over $40 fucking for 8th place. Crazy. That is crazy. It makes no fucking sense. I've played other sports. If you don't win first place, you're not winning no money. And half the time, most of the time, it ain't no money to be had. But y'all, man, y'all are so fucking entitled as a community, as a bowling, and you wonder why you on fucking Fox Sports at fucking 3 p.m. on a Sunday during football season. Y'all following and chasing around bowlers that get to bowl all fucking day. News flash too about PBA bowling. If you are able to bowl for a living, you will be the same way they are. If you already averaging 2-0 and you can literally bowl all fucking day, you will be on TV too. I have the faith that if you average 200 now, recreational, and you're able to bowl all fucking day on any type of shot you want and practice all fucking day, I guarantee you, you will cash at least once out of 7 times, just like they do. I have that much faith in the bowlers I see that bowl the average 200. So the amount of y'all that be chasing and to be shell shocked over a bowler that you make more money than is crazy. Is crazy. And here's another crazy part. I bet you, I don't even know if he's up because he could tell you. I bet you y'all don't even know probably who is the highest paid bowler this year. And I'll give you a hint. He lives in Atlanta. I'll give you another hint. Most of y'all probably don't know him for bowling. A lot of y'all don't know that Polo to Don is probably the highest paid bowler of the year. And he only averaged probably about 190 something. Why is he the highest paid bowler? We've literally seen him in Delk and in Lilburn probably make about $300,000 this year. I done seen him win $20,000 off a 168 to 165 game. Oh, how can you be a part of that? Get your fucking money up. Motherfuckers be betting real money. So you think if they come to your league, you think is he coming to league to argue with you about fucking $200 or $500? Like, it's crazy. Like, the way that y'all think, the way that y'all treat bowling, this sport will never fucking grow. It will never fucking grow. Especially out here. Hey, but am I lying though, something? Am I lying? He said, right. he said, like people, like, yo, like it's there's people out here that are having real fun. There's a team on Wednesday that just abandoned the league because they'll make more money pot bowling. and they're having a good time. They having a good time. Make drive from work. What? Oh. Oh. Like yo, like it's like yo, it is people out here that are scared. I just don't understand the mentality of scared bowling. I literally saw I literally got to see Cassandra Lewis from when I first met her to now. And at the rate that she's going, Cassandra is going to be nice. Like Cassandra is on a path to be on the level with the Tyrones, the Greg Backs, the Tanika, the Tamika, the Claudias. Like the way she's working on her game after practice, after league, working with Robert, working with Tyrone, working with other people, working with other women. Like, yo, her work ethics is inspiring. When I started wanting to get better, it was because of partly and started getting better was a big influence with me. Big influence. But a lot of y'all don't have the work ethics. Y'all have the talking ethics. And a lot of people ask me all the time, dang, Trell, like your game is kind of going down. Like what's going on? What happened? I don't practice like I used to. Like I gotta find a way to carve out time for practice. That is always my thing. If I'm not practicing, my game is going down to the shit. I don't have the natural talent for bowling. I don't have the body right now. Definitely working on it. Definitely trying to lose weight. But like I said, I'm so checked out of bowling. You probably will only now see me at certain tournaments. Like when I say I am checked out, I am checked the fuck out. You can ask anybody who's seen me in league recently. I am checked out. I don't give a fuck if I bowl 279, 300, or 179, 90. I'm checked the fuck out. I am checked out. I am no longer here. This is my parting gift for bowling. I'll probably be a sub. You'll see me. It'll be like a solar eclipse. When you see me, it'll probably be something special. But if not, hey, like it is like y'all have. I don't want to use the word broken, but y'all win. I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to have nothing to do with this. I don't care. I love bowling and playing team sports. I'm not a real individual person. So a lot of the stuff that I do and I dedicate myself to is to make things better, to make people's lives better. Like so when people I wasn't gonna address this, but even at the tour stop when people start talking about, oh, I'm not on Facebook, I'm out getting money. What the fuck does that mean? Like just because I'm on Facebook or I'm not getting money, like what sense does that make? Like where do people get that notion because I'm not doing what you're doing and money? Like people have no nigga. Like yo, we on Facebook. I ain't got a lot of y'all. I had a bunch of family and friends in my friend list. Go down my friend list and pick one of them. Pick one of them, and just ask them who I am. Who I am. Like I've touched money. Like money. I'm just not moved by money. It does not move. Yo, EK would tell you, when you've been in the military and you've done a tour overseas, your perspective on life is totally different. The stuff that you see over there that we take for granted over here, the things that they don't have, and this is only a few countries, because that's another subject. Tired of people thinking that every place outside of America don't got a civilization. This is the dumbest shit ever. It's just stupid. But you have to understand, when you talk money and when you talk to certain people, the amount of money I can get my hands on, it's there. That's why when I kind of fell off the story, when I was fighting to get money to get a group of people to put their own money for a tournament, I wasn't looking for that money back. Like, I'm looking to give you a great time. A lot of people don't even know. Right. Like, a lot of people don't even know, when I first started The Outsiders, I paid everything out of pocket. I was paying for people's jerseys and everything. It got to a point where my team did not know that the jerseys didn't come with it. They found out I was paying for the jerseys. And then they made me pay. They made me take their money to pay them back. For them to pay me back for the jersey. So stop with this notion of money and everything. Like, people are just not moved by money. So if they ask you to bowl and you only could bowl for money, what you're telling me is, hey, you're just not as good. If you need money on the table to focus that bad, then you're just not that good. If that's what motivates you to bowl, I'm sorry. It's almost like, let's be real, it's almost like Viagra. You got to take a pill to get you going. That money on the table is your bowling Viagra. If that's what you need to get going, you're not as good as you think you are. If you can't roll out of bed like Anthony Richmond and Greg Black and just bowl no matter what, you're not like that. Hate to break it to you. Yeah, betting is cool. I understand people who want to wage. If I beat you, I want something in return. I get it. But I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I am now, this is just an opinion, but I feel like if you need money on the table, then hey. Hey. But y'all need a reality check, man. Y'all need to really, y'all really gotta really check y'all attitudes, man. Cause like I said, Dre's trying to bring Flash Weekend. I was kind of helping him, trying to orchestrate it and get it down here. I think it's at a great bowling alley. I know I said what I said. It doesn't negate how I feel like y'all. Places like Forest Park, places like Reggie's up here now. Hey, Reggie, put in the comments who's the top paid bowler this year, because I don't even think Reggie heard the story. But Reggie, put who's the top paid bowler this year. But places like Southern Lanes and Forest Park, like, yo, we need to start just going there randomly and not just going there for tournaments. Because, in this area, if something happens to Southern Lanes or Forest Park, Hey man, y'all done for. Y'all are done for. I'm waiting on Reggie to see if he's gonna put it in the chat. I know it's a little delay. But yeah, like it like this area will be done for if something happens to Southern Lanes or Forest Park. See? I'll be telling you, like a lot of times when I be talking to people, a lot of the people come up to me and be like, "Hey man, you need to talk about this. Hey man, we need this." I told y'all. Like y'all have if y'all, I'm telling you, this area could be amazing. The area sells itself. You got the fucking aquarium. You got Six Flags. You got the Coca-Cola factory. You got all of this stuff. You got all of this stuff that is out here in Atlanta. And we got to drive 2 hours to Turtles for the closest major tournament to us. Yeah. TNBA comes out here too. But let's be real. But when I go to TNBA tournaments, I see more out of towners than I see in towners. But when it comes to the surrounding cities that know how the bowling culture is out here, they run from it. So, all of you that think, oh, Atlanta is this and it shouldn't be that, when it comes to the UBA, hey, there's a lot of moving parts that a lot of people don't know about. There's always more to the story than y'all know. Big, like I said, big shout out to Daniel Mack. I ended up having to call Daniel with Ray on the line. Me, Ray, and Daniel Mack had a conversation, and I kind of gave Daniel the history of UBA bowling in Atlanta. And one thing that Daniel Mack came out of that with was an understanding. He didn't agree with it, but an understanding. And that is the point that I'm trying to make to a lot of you bowlers is I talk to people, I hear their stories, I understand what they're saying. I'm letting Mal and Tynell know what they're trying to do may not work, and this is why. And Tynell and Tynell and Mal could say, "Oh, that's how it is down here. Oh, then we don't want to put an event down here." And I understand that. Or they can say, "Well, let's try to do this." But if they choose not to conform, yo, it's our own fault. But you can't get mad at me for stating the obvious. And no, we didn't just want a UBA event. So that's why a lot of the OGs are upset because they felt like you threw a did I start over? No, I'm just wrapping up everything. But they just feel like they just threw some trash out there. Just be like, here, take it. But I hope Mal comes out here and properly introduce himself. And I hope that all of y'all that have concerns go and voice your opinions. Um, Either whether it be through email or I'm not sure if Tynell said he'll be here. Um, but we're doing, a lot of things to people. Excuse me, a lot of things for the bowlers. But if the bowlers aren't receptive to it, hey, so be it. So be it. So be it. I had stopped doing tournaments for a while. I had a group of people asking and asking and asking for me to throw that 12 gamer again. They really enjoyed that. I thank the people who have supported me, that will continue to support me. I'm still gonna have the podcast. Um, um, it's probably I would love. Okay, so an idea was brought to me, and I would love to do it. Um, and that will be having two co-stars with me. Two, not co. Yeah. I call them co-stars. Yeah, two co-stars with me. And I'll let I know an idea was brought to me about me, Michaela, and China doing a podcast. Um, no, I'm already said fuck it. But I am going to gear. A lot of people don't know this is not my first podcast. I used to have a podcast with a group of friends. This was before it was even video. We were doing podcasts where you used to have to you used to have to call a number to hear it. But then somehow you would get the audio and be able to put it on YouTube. So we've been doing podcasts for a minute. The last podcast, and I might bring this brand back, used to call I Know It All Radio, and we named it that so we could talk about different topics. I even had people to I Know It All Radio Relationship Edition, I Know It All Sports Edition, I Know It All TV Show Edition. So we used to have like this isn't my first podcast, so I do plan on continuing to do the podcast. I do want to change. It is going to change. It's going to just revert a little bit. But that was almost funny, Michaela. You almost. But but yeah, I would love. It was a idea brought. I'm gonna get with the ladies, and probably see if it's just gonna be us three, or we could do four to even it out with the men and the women. Um, so we have two men, two women. But I do want to say, like I said, thank you for supporting the bowl, and I hope you continue to support the podcast. Like I said, I am going to revert. It's not going to be solely on bowling. We still will talk about some of the things on the UBA. That is going on. I still update you. Um, I know me and Dave and Reggie, and I think I spoke with Julian about doing a sports show. So we got some ideas coming. It's not all going away. But I am getting away from bowling. It's just hey that I was hey that's a yeah you're a great personality, great person for it, Terry. We could definitely talk. You work nights though, so we'll talk. Yeah, I like that. I like me, you, Terry. Me, Terry, Michaela, and China. I like that. I do. So if you serious, Terry, we can get that ball rolling. Shout out to Jacob. I think Jacob is starting a YouTube channel. Him and Wavy. Um, him and Wavy is starting a TV channel. I mean a YouTube channel. So big shout out to them. I hope y'all do well. But yeah, my like I said, I'll be bowling sparingly, but my door is closing. I'm just not having fun no more. Finding myself in the bowling alley cringing, and looking to escape instead of going there to escape. So that is where I am at. Um, it's mind boggling because I know a lot of people that was in this place that I'm at, that feel the same way. But it's I didn't I I tried to kind of change the environment. I think UBA did help a lot. Um, but one thing I always know going into every situation, is it's not about me, and I think that's where we fail at, understanding. Um, See a lot of comments, um, that about a lot of the stuff I post, and it's frustrating because a lot of y'all don't read. Y'all don't read to understand, and y'all fail to try to understand. Because just because you understand something, that doesn't mean you agree with it. Case in point, let's white supremacy. We all understand what their message is. They don't think that anybody is better than whites or anything. Just because we understand their message don't mean we agree with it. If I ask you if I walk up to anybody and say, "Hey, what was the purpose of the KKK?" We all know that answer, but we all don't agree with it. So as I come here to bridge a gap, just because I understand both sides, that don't mean I have to agree with both sides. So I don't agree with not signing up and going to the mixer. I don't agree with it, but I don't agree with the mixer also. I think we could have did something better. I think we could have did something that worked for both sides, even if we would have had to wait a little longer. I don't think this mixer should be the tell all be all for a decision here in Atlanta, because that's just not how things operate down here. I know a lot of people think that, oh, we should just shut up and just sell it out and get what we get. I don't agree with that part neither, because for number one, it's not what we asked for, and it just that's not going to work. You got to understand that UBA is a business, but just like with business, a lot of you a lot of you are supervisors at your job, or been at your job for a long time. That don't make you an entrepreneur or know how to run a business. You like that. Let's get that straight too. If you haven't successfully ran a business and successfully hired people and successfully paid people to where they keep coming back for work, you don't really know how to run a business. If I plan on doing business in Florida, I need to know how things work in Florida. And once I know how things work in Florida, I choose whether I am or I'm not going to participate. It's simple. Okay. I've never seen a McDonald's commercial that talked about steaks. Like all McDonald's commercials talk about burgers. So I've never seen McDonald's open in places where they don't eat burgers. If I opened up a mall and the food court only sold vegan food, I guarantee you McDonald's will not try to be in there because McDonald's don't have vegan options. But if McDonald's opened a food court and there was a Chick-fil-A, a Subway, they will be in there. But if they're in there based on what? If they're in there based on selling burgers, then they're not going. I mean, I'm sorry. If the store only opens restaurants for vegan places, McDonald's is not going to inquire about being in there. Yeah, McDonald's steak and egg and cheese bagels is fire, but they don't have steak commercials. They have commercials about steak, eggs, and cheese bagels. They have one commercial that I've seen about that when it came back. So if you're going to do business here in Atlanta, unfortunately, you have to do business to work in Atlanta. So if you're putting together something that may not work here, I can't sit back that I appreciate your product and be like, hey, guy, it may work. No, I know I know you're going to have trouble. So I'm going to say something because I want you to succeed. That is all. Well, you said it. And I agree with you, Sam. I agree with you. But and I will also say this about that comment, Sam. I don't actually agree with the splits neither. I think with the splits, you kind of take away from it, from the competitive nature. Check this out though, y'all. I understand the splits though, because a lot of people complain about the travel, and you probably will have more people participate because, of the split. But I get it. But I you the UBA has to figure out a way to make things work down here, and expand. Um, don't get it twisted. Let me I'm still here to help push the sport forward. I'm just not participating in a lot of the things that I see going on. My goal to be USBC president, that is still going to be active. I'm still going to try to pursue that. I'm still going to be taking part of that. Um, but because we got to get this area under shape, we got to change the culture. Christy Lee just moved down here. She has some great ideas, some great things of because she has bowled multiple places. If you were running a singles league, I will talk to Christy Lee. She has some great ideas. I loved her plan. Um, and with other stuff, but she said it best. Like we have to try to figure out a way to change the culture out here. And once we change the culture, we'll be able to get a lot of things handle a lot of things to work better. Um, because as of right now, you have people that are quitting left and right because of your rumors. You got people quitting left and right because people don't know how to talk to people. People are crying too much about handicap. It's yo, I don't know what all you guys want. You want money. And if you want money, you're gonna have to practice. See, so Dougie said, and I get this part, but I think you missed the part, Dougie, when we were talking about when Mal was on the show. So Dougie said they're gonna do for y'all what they did in Maryland when they complained about not having events. They will there will be an Atlanta draft, an Atlanta last team standing, and an Atlanta unholy. And it is anything like Maryland, they still won't be many entries. And this is what I'm saying, Dougie. This is not what this for the masses that bowl the UBA. We don't want an event tailored to Atlanta because they didn't tailor an event for North Carolina and South Carolina. And we had to drive up there. We want an event that is going to get the people from North Carolina to come down to Atlanta. And if they can't, then just leave it alone. I think that's where a lot of the bowlers are right now. A lot of the bowlers that 10 plus years in the UBA, 5+ years in the UBA, or they see the way things are going, and they're just checked out because they just feel like they won't do right. We will rather have Ty and Miss Joan put together unholy than the UBA waste their time and come down here and do it. Do I agree with it? No. Do I understand why? Yes, because there's no faith in the management to do right by it. You forced us to come up there for 10 years. And we did everything. We paid, we traveled 4 hours. Because everybody wanted to be on YouTube, Dougie. That's not true. We hold up, Dougie. That's not true. You had people from up north that came down with you. There was some people from North Carolina that showed up. That's not true. You might not have known they were from North Carolina, but there were some North Carolinians that showed up. And we know we can't force people to travel. Like, why are we stating the obvious? Like, come on now. Like, now we playing now we right. Like, why are we playing? Like, we know we can't force people to travel. That goes without saying. But the we originally we felt like they would travel if the UBA made it attractive. And like you said, we didn't have to do an unholy. I was giving examples like you could just do a last man standing out here, or or the draft, like something unique. But that's what we were saying, But I just like. Yeah, but and Michaela, you're absolutely right. Like the state is wide open for this, but the problem is nobody wants to put it together, and Atlanta bowlers are finicky about who puts tournaments together. They fuck with who they fuck with. Plain and simple. Like they fuck with who they fuck with. Because it is definitely a need. Like this 50 Cent got a line about Virginia, and it is the same shit about Georgia. Georgia is just one big city waiting to get fucked. But the problem is Georgia thinks she a bad bitch and she really ain't. She ain't no different than fucking Texas. Ain't no fucking difference than Florida. Do I feel like we got the better bowlers? Yeah. Yeah, but you can't walk around telling everybody you a bad bitch and not and just because your friends are. Yep. Dougie even said it. Georgia has the most crybabies. And that's why I said, Dougie, they fuck with who they fuck with. The handicap is normally based off of 210 down here because a certain group of bowlers said it's too much handicap. But when you came down here, they based it off of what, 220, I think, Dougie? And ain't nobody bat a fucking eye. But they'll go to North Carolina. North Carolina's handicap, I think they based theirs off of 230. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, yo, like it is crazy. Like, y'all need to, first of all, get a reality check and understand, like I keep saying, all we're doing is throwing a rock at some sticks. That's all we're doing. We ain't doing nothing fucking special. Damn. But yeah, I said this earlier. Said the same thing. UBA tournaments don't do well up here. They pull $7 expenses off those 75 entries plus PayPal fees. Then if you win $600+, you don't want to fill out no tax form and nobody wants to wait 30 days to get paid. Now you can hit your local tournaments and make more entries, better format, better payouts. He right. I said that earlier. But the problem is everybody ain't like that. That's the problem. Everybody ain't like that. And everybody out here think they're like that. Yeah, you get some people that be hot for a little bit. Shit, hell, I even caught a hot streak. But when I caught my hot streak, I just knew I needed to practice more to stay there. And then, shit, I decided to have kids, another kid, and that took practice all out the way. So, but y'all, hopefully y'all get a clue, because it's sad out here, man. The attitudes, the reading comprehensions, it's crazy. It still amazes me too how this area don't read rules. They don't read rules. This is fucking amazing to me. Because I heard some people be shocked about, filling out W-9s when in the rule book it tells you if you bowl or you earn a certain amount, you got to fill out a W-9. So I'll also say this, like, you're right, Charles, life be lifing, but I also, like, part of the life be lifing is like I didn't care anymore to get better because I was checked out. Yeah, I was checked out. So I didn't care to get better anymore. And that was a huge problem. Right. And a lot of people, right. Kayla said it right. A lot of people think they're bigger than the program because my thing is here one of the rules should be if you're bowling multiple tournaments, you need to be volunteering for multiple tournaments. Because a lot of y'all just don't understand how this shit is ran. A lot of y'all think in that short window of check-in time that I can fully verify all averages for walk-ins and make sure they're not sandbaggers and everything. A lot of people got too much say-so over this community because the rest of y'all are just followers and not even understanding where they are coming from in their bowling journey. Their bowling journey is not mine. Once again, Tyrone, Greg, they can say the things that they say because they've been doing it a long time at a high level. So if they're complaining about certain handicaps, at times it is understanding because they seen but let me also say this. When Tyrone complains about it, it's after he done won the tournament. A lot of y'all complaining about it because you threw a bad ball and now you want to blame handicap. That is two different things. Tyrone call you, I don't know if he's still in here, but ask him. Tyrone calls me and he suggests and he helps me understand things so I can bring it to the forefront of the community. Because he feels like I have a voice that a lot of people are hearing. So when I'm telling you I'm hearing these things and this is what people are saying, once again, I'm not pulling that out my ass. Like, some of your heroes are talking to me. They see what I'm trying to do. They understand what I'm trying to do. Trying to make it better for the next person. But a lot of y'all are so selfish that you don't want it better the system. You just want it better for you to win. And I sell brackets. I don't sell hope at my tournaments. I sell side pots. I sell entries. I don't sell hope. You can't buy hope. You can't buy extra stuff to help you win. I'm not selling it. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't. Yeah, when I mean, but Dougie, I'm sure you see it. They don't have no problems until they start losing or they have a bad game. You complaining about handicap for a motherfucker that's 10 pairs left of you. He ain't even thinking about you. Like it is crazy. Like whoever wants to be a tournament director, hey, my biggest advice for you new people wanting to be tournament directors, better pray. Better pray. Our Father, all that. Yep. I will never get it. I will never understand the complaining. I will never understand it. I don't want to understand it. A lot of things I don't want to get. And the reason why I'm checking out too is my attitude sucks right now. My attitude toward a lot of things, it just sucks right now. That's why I haven't responded. I haven't been in my team chat. I haven't been in barely any of my team chats as far as league, UBA. And my attitude just sucks right now. Like I end up having to apologize to my team because I felt a certain way about somebody exposing what we keep saying in the team chat. Um, a lot of my team stuff that I hear, I'll tell my team like I have a real love for my team. Like I really treat them like we siblings. So like I'm very sarcastic. Sometimes I'm harder on my team than I am with other people. They know that. And I had to apologize this last tour stop because somebody brought it to my attention that a lot of the stuff that I'm saying seems, like I am talking at people and not to people. And it's something I recognize. Like, I'm going. Life is life, and so my attitude sucks because I'm going to the bowling alley to find an escape, and it's just a bunch of negative energy in there. And if I'm walking in with negative energy, meeting negative energy, it's gonna be an explosion. So it's like I'm trying to, you know, find some common ground, and with bowling I can't do that. I may have to go back to playing softball. Um, you know, I love softball, because I'm finding it more competitive than bowling. Like I love to compete. Win, lose, or draw, I love to compete. I love when an opponent could bring the best out of me, and I love when I could bring the best out of an opponent. Like that's why I like WCS. That's why I like to travel and bowl. I'm like an away player. I love that I can go into your home house and compete with you and never have bowled there. Like I like that. Like I like to travel, you know, but the attitude in this community, and the crazy part is I like Georgia. Um, if and when I move, it won't be to another state. It'll just be it'll be out of the country. Yeah, I mean, I feel that way too, but at the same time, I gotta protect my peace. This isn't it. Cause you got people that be screaming and hollering about unfairness that won't change the rules. You got people that talk to you crazy because they think that they have a certain position in the bowling alley, and you can't talk. I I can't really speak on the situation because I only know half the story. Well, I ain't gonna say half the story, but there's mo. A man got banned for life out of Bolero for 60 cent, for an argument over 60 cent. Crazy. He got threatened. Um, he got threatened by another woman, and this lady asked him, "Did she want to go out? Did he want to go outside?" The manager came and I think tried to de-escalate the situation. But the crazy part of the situation was there was the team paid early. Here's part of the story I got. The team paid early. When they paid early, I guess the amount of the league has like some type of weird change amount. So it ended up being, with all four of them, it ended up being like $2 and something in change in this envelope. So the league secretary, who, oh, it was 20 cents. Wow. That's even worse. So the league secretary, who you pay, the league secretary, who you pay to do a job, refused. Okay, here it is. So it was 17. The league is set. Oh my gosh. The league is $17.20. So they paid 4 weeks early or 3 weeks in advance, all four of them. So the 20 cents times the four times the three ended up being like $2 and change. And she gave them back the envelope and was like, "I'm not counting this change." The league secretary, who gets paid to do that job, an argument pursued. He was like, his comment was, a lot of people that was butting in is, "You're not going to tell, you can't talk to me about my money. If I want to pay in all quarters, how is that a problem?" Like, and so long story short, he ended up getting banned from the bowling alley for life from Bolero. Unfortunate situation because it's a nice guy. I know the guy. He bowls in the veteran leagues with me, and a lot of the times that veteran league with people, um, it is a safe haven. We do a lot of work in that Blaze Sports. It helped me out. I met some great people. It was a league that is near and dear to my heart because rest in peace, my homie Pat introduced me to them. So I stay bowling with them because it to me is like a connection with him. Um, but it's a sad situation. Like he got banned for life, and a lot of people talk to people with that in their back pocket, and I don't like it. A lot of people talk crazy. A lot of people talk very spicy, and you see it a lot. In these bowling alleys, you see it a lot with Randy. A lot of people, don't like the way he talked to people, but they're not going to address it because he owns Southern Lanes. They're in fear that they're going to get kicked out. Um, I'm no longer cringing to talk to y'all. If you say something out of the wall, I'm going to correct you, and if you don't like it, and I don't expect anything less on the flip side. If I say something wrong or you don't like, say something. It's it's yeah, say something. I don't want to be walking around here offending people. That's why I'm glad my team said something to me so I could apologize. Um, I know a lot of the stuff is a hot take or cringe worthy, but it's it's not that deep. We're bowling. And if somebody can't correct you or say something to you that is off that without it being off the wall or disrespectful, they should be able to correct you if they're coming at you correctly. Um, but a lot of people, like I said, it's tough. The bowling world is tough. It's tough. It's it's tough in too many places. I'd rather just show up, put my headphones in, and not say anything to nobody. Don't worry about my kids. Don't worry about like yo. That's the mood I'm in now. Like some of y'all I talk to outside of the bowling alley, um, and that wears this jersey, I will continue to speak to them. Um, but a lot of y'all is just cringe worthy. A lot of y'all are too fucking desperate too for UBA wise. Um, a lot of y'all are too desperate. Y'all pick up people be having problems, and y'all just pick them right up. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm at the fucking stage. I still don't see how Billy Rhodey is on the team after what he did. Like that is mind boggling to me. There's no way in hell you can get me to bowl beside or with that motherfucker. No way in hell after what he did. I wish I was in the bowling alley when he did what he did. I wish. I'm wish I will be the tiger or the I will be the tiger or the lion when a little boy falls into the cage. Is this real? This ain't a drill. I yearn for that day, just like that tiger and lion looking for that little boy to fall in the cage. When one of y'all, not talking competition wise, if we speaking competition, that is not what I'm talking about. But I yearn for the day one of y'all disrespect one of these females in this bowling alley and I'm there. We had one situation at Lilburn where Reggie got involved when they and that's the crazy part. You had a white man call a black lady a bitch at Lilburn and nothing happened to him. But a man that they're arguing about his money, the money, telling him she's not going to count change for his team when the league fees is $720. The league fees is $720. And he called that man a bitch. I mean, I'm sorry, he called that lady a bitch over some French fries. I don't know if it was over French fries, but she worked in a snack bar. And nothing happened to him. But a man getting yelled at and not wanting people to butt into his business because of the conversation. That is the type of shit that goes on in the bowling alley. A lot of y'all don't see a lot of this racist ass shit that be going on. A lot of y'all think because these white folks be smiling in your fucking face that they one of y'all. A lot of y'all be making these white folks way too fucking comfortable to be talking to people like this. And let me tell you something. It's some of y'all, and I don't do the threatening online. It's some of y'all, but I hope I never catch y'all at a Walmart. Because I'm gonna check you on what you said. I'm telling you, a lot of stuff come back to me. And I like to deal with stuff face to face. Anybody who knows me, who got a date, know. Ask LeVar. We had a situation on Tuesday. I'm like, yo, I need to talk to these young boys because they don't know who the fuck I am outside of this. You don't bowl UBA. If you bowl UBA and you talking trash, and I can give you a pass for that. But a lot of y'all be way too fucking comfortable. There's a couple of y'all. I know y'all gonna send this clip to her, him, or whatever. Hey, I was a bitch ass nigga when you was talking to them. But when you see me every fucking time in that bowling alley, you don't say shit. Call me a bitch ass nigga out there. The parking lot ain't far. A lot of y'all are just way too fucking comfortable. And we just let shit happen. You don't ride for people. All of that. Like a lot of y'all are just closet racists. And it shows. It shows. Like a lot of the disrespect, a lot of the shit that be happening. That should be mind boggling. That's another reason I'm out of this motherfucker. Like, yo, y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. I don't. That shit hurt my heart, boy. I be going home with chest pains. Y'all be some entitled ass people that just yo. You and knock on wood. I pray this don't happen. But the reason why I keep saying we have to change our attitudes, we have to start shunning the people with the bad attitudes, is because you don't want something to happen that gets out of control. You don't. Like, let me tell you a story. let me tell you a story. One time, in a bowling alley. Anybody that knows me, I don't like to be. If I'm the last one to leave out of a bowling alley, I'm leaving with the staff. When I bowl at Lilburn, when I bowl at Conyers, I'm cool enough with the staff where I'm like, I'm going to leave. I'm either going to leave before everybody else leaves, or I'm going to leave with the staff. I hate being the last person to leave out the bowling alley. Even when I'm pot bowling, if I'm pot bowling, I'm leaving. I'm not bowling the last game. I'm leaving before. So I was in Conyers last year. Was it last year or maybe 2 years ago? What time is it? It's 2:50. I'm gonna tell a story and then I'm gonna wrap it up. I was in Conyers and I wanted to practice on a Tuesday shot. And when we was practicing on a Tuesday shot, we started pot bowling. So I'm like, all right, let me get in with this pot bowl. And just like I said, I'm leaving before the last game. Everybody's like, all right, this is the last game. All right, y'all, I'm out. Let me clean up. I'm gonna be out of here by the time they finish this game. So one of somebody who I'm close with and another bowler who was he was new. They were talking inside the bowling alley, but I thought it was trash talk. I kept hearing him say something like, "Oh, you on his side. You on that bitch ass nigga side," or something he kept saying like that. And I'm just like, yo, this is crazy talk. So, like, mind you, we in Conyers. Conyers already crowd be kind of sketchy after league. And the parking lot is dark as fuck. So I'm wrapping up and I'm hearing this talk, but I know these two people that are talking like this, they're like brothers. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe they're that cool that they can talk like that. Okay, weird. I'm getting out of here. So I'm leaving. Now, this same conversation gets brought outside. There was a mother and a son combination that bowled in this Tuesday league, and they stayed back and practiced too. Nice lady, cool dude, and the dude that was upset, and then there was one of actually my homeboys, and he was my homeboy outside of bowling, still is. So what happened was apparently last week, the week before, they were pot bowling. During the pot bowl game, somebody ass betted over $5. After the dude ass betted for $5, they were still pot bowling, I guess, later on or the next day. And he said the guy that won the bet and didn't get paid was like, I will pot bowl with y'all, but if he wins, I'm not paying him. And they said vice versa. So, oh, so yeah, you're gonna have to go back and watch Chanel because it was a lot. I kind of broke it down. Yeah, you got the sorry, bro. But so the person that won the bet was saying, and y'all have to bear with me because I can't say names, and you're gonna find out why I can't say names later on. So he was like, I'm not paying this guy because he ass betted. I'm not paying. So I think the person that ass betted won, and he refused to pay. This person that refused to pay originally, I guess him and his brother is known for jumping people. So words got exchanged. A weapon got pulled out. Fast forward to the week I'm there. So the guy who pulled out the weapon, his mama, and the dude that started the whole shit by ass betting, and my homeboy are outside. All I hear is, your son is a bitch ass nigga. That's all he keeps saying. Your son is a bitch ass nigga. I think he was trying to entice the dude to fight. So he's like, your son's a bitch ass nigga. He pulled the gun on me. He pulled the gun on me. So the mama was trying to resolve the situation because these two people used to be friends. And he was like, well, he felt like you was gonna jump him. I want nobody gonna jump his sorry ass. Fuck your son. Like he just kept cursing and saying F her son. So the mama got tired of it. So the dude was like, man, I'll slap the shit out of you too and beat the shit out of your son. Mind you, I'm packing up. I'm like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. This is happening outside. My homeboy is trying to break up the fight. He's trying to prevent them to fight. In my mind, I'm like, damn, I gotta go help my homeboy. I don't want him in a situation because he was in a situation, if you know what I mean. By the time I put my stuff in the car and turned around, that's when I'll slap the shit out of you too and beat up your son. He was like, they was like, then the mama got mad and was like, you ain't gonna slap shit over here. Her son, by the time I turned around, had a gun that was bigger than fucking me and him. This nigga pulled out an AK and was like, move, mama, move. I ain't gonna lie. My homeboy ain't got no kids. I do. I was like, nigga, I am gone. Fuck that. I left. So I say that to say a lot of times you don't know who you fucking with in this bowling alley. And a lot of you white folks, a lot of you bowlers be talking shit all big and bad. You don't know what these people capable of. Motherfuckers don't fight no more. Motherfuckers like to pull guns and stuff. You like and why the fuck would you have an AK in your car? I have no idea. Like, but all I know is that situation. Now I don't see these people no more in the bowling alley. I from what I heard, the situation may have gotten inside and that person got banned. But yo, like a lot of people don't play by the same rules. A lot of people move to the South to get away from trouble or things that they were in. So when you talk crazy to people, especially a lot of these new bowlers that don't understand the lingo or the frustration that you may have, or may not understand the frustration isn't necessarily with them because you didn't explain it to them, they don't care. Like a lot of these people, like, yo, you literally have to watch yourself and how you talk to people. Yo, it's like you gotta understand, like, yo, we are at a bowling alley. Like a lot of y'all get off on nobody's gonna touch me because they don't want to get banned. A lot of people don't give like, yo, like people don't care. People do not care anymore. So we have to start fixing people's attitude. And by that is meaning stop allowing them to join your leagues. Like, yo, no, you got a bad attitude. Like you always like every time there's a situation, there's a problem with you doing this. Because last time I checked with Alex, y'all band together to kick him out of a league because he said he was going to sandbag or some shit. I don't know that whole story. But we band together to kick him out for that. Why can't we band together to kick people out for having bad attitudes? You know? Like why does that not happen? That is hilarious, Michaela. like like something needs to happen for this because it is affecting a lot of things, a lot of progress, a lot of events that Atlanta could be hosting, a lot of money that could be made. Yeah, I remember hearing a story about a fight that happened at Austell Bowling Alley during open play, where somebody got a stool bust on their head, and it was blood everywhere. Like they was talking about how long it took them to clean up the blood that happened. Like it is crazy. Like the amount, like bowling balls are like 15, 16 pounds. And somebody picks it up and starts going to work with it, like, nigga, hey. Like T-Bone can't be everywhere. Like we got sergeant of arms, but a lot of these sergeant of arms ain't gonna put their life at risk for you or anything. They're gonna be out the door with the rest of them. I think shit. Stars and Strikes, they was patting niggas down. Like, yo, y'all have to stop with the dumb shit. Everybody don't play. They having some type of party out there. But yeah, everybody don't fucking play. Everybody don't go by the same fucking rules. Now it can be lucrative and it can be fun. Like a lot of people respect Anthony Richmond for his game and how he bowls. I respect Anthony Richmond for how much fun it looks like he's having. I know winning is fun, but even when he bowls bad, I would never. I don't want to use the word bad, but even when he doesn't bowl up to his standards, it still looks like he's having fun. Probably because he understands, like, yo, I have a great family, I have a great situation at home. Like he has, I see his son. I see him posting pictures with his family. Um, yeah, that's crazy, Ek. Also, Stars and Strikes got the Dougie. It's like you. It's like you're missing everything, Dougie. Like you asking questions that I already answered. I am out, Dougie. I am out. Like I am checked the fuck out. Like yes, I'm still coming May 3rd. I'll be there, but it is what it is. I'm out. Like yeah, and that's exactly why I'm not doing it because it ain't fun no more. It just it's becoming work. Yeah, I don't think I want to take a break. And here's why I say I'm not taking a break. Like I said, I'm gonna be flashing in and out of tournaments. Pause. I'll be probably doing subs and league, but the main reason why I'm probably out and won't be doing as much and probably be a distant memory is because Andrew Audrey, I gotta talk to you about that because I'm gonna text you. Um, Let me see, because a lot of people I ain't ready to. Uh, Text you right now. But yeah, it's it's becoming work. Like it's like I'm rushing. Before, I never used to rush the bowl. I was always there on time. It just flowed. Now it's like a chore. And like I said, the reason why it won't be a break, and like don't get me wrong, it may be a situation where like Archer's saying in November with the TNBA Nationals. I mean, it may be a situation where I just be doing stuff like that. Like I'll pop out and do those type of tournaments where it's out of town, or it's a big tournament. I'm around good people, so I wouldn't mind doing stuff like that. But it's too much. I appreciate it. Um, it's it's sad because I just text Ardrius, something. It's sad because this I was I was sticking around because of this community. Um, it gave me life. The outsiders kind of gave me a purpose outside of my kids. so it was enjoyable. I love to see my fellow brethrens succeed. I love to see them feel like this jersey meant something. Like that feeling will never go away. I will always have appreciation for anybody who put on this jersey. Because I remember when we first started the team, we were trying to recruit so heavy that we used to make it a requirement that you had to wear your jersey during league at least twice a month because we wanted people to be like, "Oh, what's the Outsiders?" and then wanting to join. So, but we went from that to every time I see us, we have the jersey on and the different colors. Like, I don't think you people on my team understand how much that means to me. The person who created our logo, how much it means to him. Every time I every time we post pictures, I send it to him directly so he could see the growth of the team. So he could see when we did the ladies only, he was watching, he saw it. Like he to for somebody outside of bowling to see what we have grown far as the Outsiders, it that is a surreal feeling for me. So I will always have love and appreciative for that. Like that goes. I don't think y'all like that. That low key kept me alive for a while. Um, but what it comes with outside of the Outsiders and into the alley, um, like a lot of people don't even know. Like y'all almost gotten literally fights over situations that didn't even have nothing to do with me because I heard you said something about like people know like I ain't gonna lie, the whole Billy Rhodey situation came because he was trying to come at one of our bowlers and I just wasn't having it. Um, Same thing for a lot of our bowlers. A lot of people talk about, hey man, watch your mouth because if you ain't gonna say it to him, don't say it to me because I can tell you they're not gonna swing on you. I will. Like so, it was it's one of those. But um, on the flip side, what hurts is, and this is not an outsiders thing. This is just a bowling thing. Is when people want something, but then don't want to work for it, or don't want to help protect it, or what's the face. A lot of people been saying, "Hey, we need more tournaments. We need more tournaments." But when I see people talking shit about the tournament, the whole situation with the female, there wasn't a lot of people that was defending the actual tournament and the park. Like people, no one talks about that tournament being flawless for two squads, and I think we did what 5 games, 5 games for 10 games that day. It was flawless. The issue had nothing to do with the actual bowling tournament. Nobody spoke on that though. Nobody was like, yo, well, the tournament was ran well. The same shit with Alex tournament. Seen a lot of people step up and talk bad about the tournament, but everybody who attended the tournament, I didn't I heard because they told me I didn't have a problem with nothing, but you didn't go online and defend that man and say that. Now, granted, whatever the situation was, you had a good time at the tournament. That needs to be said because that is what ultimately we're here for. Um, there's a there's a lot of shit that be going on in bowling outside, and I think um, a lot of you only hear about the stuff that is at the forefront. And it not to bring up sore wounds, but just like how I addressed the bad intention situation. Now that I know the full story and I listened to Michaela on and off, I listened to Lamont on and off. There, that issue needs to stay their issue. Because they're still working that out. Um, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It's a crazy situation. It's an unfortunate situation. It's a situation where somebody's being protected. But that's all I can give. Because they didn't come up here and say what they truly wanted to say out of respect for each other. That's why I said I think it's a lot of love still between these two people, and the teams. But I think it's just a situation that could have been handled better. But it's a situation that I have to stay out, knowing what I know now. Um, yeah, I stay out that situation. But there's a lot that a lot of people don't know about a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes and others tournament directors. So people, when I say behind the scenes as a tournament director, a lot of y'all don't know when you do a handicap tournament, you're working from the day you announce that tournament. You're working literally from the day you announce that tournament because people are calling you and they have to and and people are calling you and they are on, you got to verify these averages. So it is extremely difficult to run a handicap tournament. Um, as the numbers for this Vixen tournament keeps going up and down. We'd be at 52, 46. From 46 to 42. Then we make it back up to 50. Then we make it back down to 46. Then we make it up back up to 52. I think right now we are at 46 entries for the Vixens tournament on Saturday. But it's an up and down thing. It's a managing personalities. Oh, I ain't gonna come. I ain't gonna win. Like I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know what to say to people now after they say that. Like it just a weird thing that people don't have self confidence in. Bowling is more individual when you do certain things, especially a lot of single events. Like, you have to get your mental right. New bowlers, the mental is the biggest thing. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. We talked about a lot tonight. Um, please, 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 please. Nope, that's all I was gonna say about that. I'm not dragging that. Please, 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 please. I'm gonna get with Joan. We're gonna figure something out. We're gonna work on a plan. But the UBA mixer is deposit now. Go get your team reserved. If you pay for a deposit and you can't make it, try to pass it along to somebody else instead of just canceling. Let's try to get this mixer sold out. Please, 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 please try to get this sold out. It will help. Um, yeah, yeah. This is another thing. Yeah, yeah. At least giving you notice that they won't bowl single tournaments be the worst with no call, no shows. Why is that important? Because like if we know how many people are coming, we could come up with the prize fund and everything. We done already did the work to verify the averages, and we know where it's coming from. But when you cancel, it's a lot that goes into it, especially when you do rent. We like, oh, shit, what's tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow's Thursday. All right, I got 2 days. See, I'm already thinking I got to put these names in the computer, and get this stuff started. So it's a lot of work. Um, it's a lot of attitude. It's a lot of advertisement. When I was throwing my tournaments, man, the amount of I so when I threw my tournaments, I used to get so many printouts and pass out. Before I would bowl, I would literally go to every bowling center before league in Georgia around the Atlanta area and put flyers out. And then go bowl, go to my the league where I'm bowling at, put flyers out. The amount of paper that I was spending, paying for it, and whew, and passing out because I knew people didn't know me that well. So I had to put it everywhere where you may go and see, so you would come. Pause. So did a lot of work, man. A lot of money that I would never get back, but it's okay because the people that came to the tournament had a great time, and that's what I did it for. So if you're running tournaments, don't do it for you. Um, Dougie and Dre is a. I don't think that they run tournaments for themselves because they actually look like they're enjoying themselves when they're running a tournament. So please, 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 please sign up for this mixer. I have a team. I'll be signing up. I think one of my teams already did sign up. But please, we're gonna talk about it more to get people to sign up. Um, yeah, this was before like we this was before this was yeah this I'm trying to think. Did we had bowl? Did I meet you before my first tournament? I can't remember. No, I met you. No, no, no. I didn't even bowl your first tournament, Dougie. Before I threw my first tournament. No, 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 no. I'll take that back. I bowled your tournament at no. That wasn't even your. I don't know because you were at Deep South, the first one that was on Delk Road. I don't know how much involvement you had in that. I just don't know. So I don't know if you participated. I know you did a Dougie Vision that night, but I don't know. I don't. So I don't. You may have had a hand in putting that together because you was out here. I know you ain't come way out here just to host some action matches, unless it's something I just didn't know about. But I wasn't that deep in. But I'm talking about the first one I bowled at was in Southern, and I had already through my tournament. So I was new. Um, yeah, and like Audrey just said, I Dougie was new. I mean, I was new, so I knew nobody really knew me. Yeah, we were okay. So you was down there for the TMB. See, I didn't even know what TMBA and all that was down there. So he ran at so yeah, and I wasn't the type of bowler that was getting inside pots yet. I didn't even really understand brackets when I first did that first Deep South bowl. Um, and here's the crazy part: the outsiders wasn't even really formed yet, and I put like 3 or 4 teams in Deep South, making sure our entries and everything was straight and everything. Like it, that was yeah. So, and it was crazy. Like, even when I threw my first tournament, this is so. Told this story before. I threw my first tournament in Georgia the day my daughter was born. My daughter was born at like 3 something in the morning. And after everything settled down, my adrenaline was pumping and I couldn't sleep. So my um so Ari's mom was asleep. They had he was running tests on Ari. I couldn't sleep. So I was like, you know what? Let me go and throw a tournament. I mean, not throw a tournament. The tournament was already scheduled. I was like, let me go and still run this tournament. I'm not going to cancel it. Had a decent amount of people. What happened was I once again, it was my first tournament. Well, technically second, because I threw a no tap, then I threw a sweeper. This was the first sweeper I was throwing, handicap sweeper. And that handicap sweeper, I fucked up and didn't get somebody's proper average. I fucked it up because I didn't know. I just told him, find me a lead sheet and I can use that as the average. I didn't know that people be that slick and you're supposed to give me your highest average. So he found the lead sheet. He did what I asked him to do. He just found the lead sheet, which was his lowest league. He ended up bowling and he won first place. Later on that day, they looked this guy up, found out that he had another league average that was higher. When they found the league average, they called me. Like I just told you, my daughter was born at like 3 in the morning. When I get back to the hospital, I fall out. I'm asleep. They're calling my phone, but I got my phone low. I'm in the hospital. And prior to when I got to the tournament, I made the announcement that I just had a baby. So it wasn't like they didn't know. By the time I woke up, I had a video made about me and a long ass post about how I cheated for my friend who I didn't even really know this guy like this and everything. And they was like, oh, I tried to call him and he's ducking our calls. Nigga, like this was what had happened literally a couple of hours from me leaving the tournament going back to the hospital. Like I was all of this stuff. I was a bad tournament director who was cheating for his friends. I overlooked his average. I set it up for him. And you got to watch these tournament directors. Motherfucker did a whole fucking video. Posted the dude's scores and everything. So when I woke up and I saw I didn't even see the video. I saw the missed call, called them back. They told me what happened. I said, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to make it right. When I see you tomorrow, I'm going to pay you out of my pocket. Never mentioned the video, never mentioned the post. I'm looking at, so now I'm going through my text message. Congratulations. A bowler texts me, hey, you seen Facebook? What about? You might want to look on Facebook. Go on Facebook, see the post, see the video, call a dude back like, yo, nigga, what the fuck? Like, nigga, I told you I thought you was ducking. Now, he took the video down. He apologized. But that's just how y'all work. Like, I couldn't even, like, you couldn't wait till you talk to me or see me to make the video. You didn't explain in the video, this is a new tournament director, don't make this mistake. Hey, no, you wanted to throw a temper tantrum first, try to ruin my reputation, and then you wanted to go on, how you went. And that's how y'all work. That's how y'all operate. And it's crazy that that's how y'all operate because a teachable moment that y'all take and criticize it. Now, this person knew, it wasn't like this person didn't know me. This person probably knew me the best out of everybody. And when I say know me, you knew when I started bowling. You was there. When I came into the bowling alley, you was there. When I decided to say, hey, I'm going to try my hand, you knew how fresh I was. So instead of teaching, you decided to point, laugh, and make fun and criticize. Y'all enjoy the sport. Y'all enjoy it.